Okay, so let me just come back to the general case. Here we assume that each of them was the same and we did this whole thing. Just keep an eye on this R1 squared as well and R0 squared as well, how they turn out. And they are similar things, right? For example, this guy is exactly like R0 squared and so on. So just keep an eye on this. Okay, so now what I'll do now is I'll just develop a test, the same test for general NIs in a similar way, there's no problem. So now, so the general case, is the same as the one with the J. I just sort of did the J so that it's easier to understand. A general case where now we have 1 less than equal to 1 less than equal to I less than equal to K, and 1 less than equal to J less than equal to Ni. So they're not the same, guys. So here, let's do a simple case. So let's just do, I'll think of the sum of squares within as the sum from I equal to 1 to K, right? That's what we had. And then each of them, we had a summation J equal to 1 to Ni of Yij minus Y bar. I dot whole square is what we had, right? Very nice. So now, so let me just make this as a sort of a, in yellow, let's say. So it's yellow, so it's the within one. So here, so this person right here, is easy to see the degrees of freedom because I'm fixing the yi bar dot bar is just ni minus 1. That's just each of them, right? So then, so one can, this is something that I won't show in this class. So it's sort of a known fact that the SSW is something one can check, which I have not done. I may not do it, but divide by the total degrees of freedom. That is, I have n minus k at the total of them, right? So if I sum all this over all I, the sum from I equal to 1 to k, the sum from I equal to 1 to k of ni minus 1 is just n minus k. Right? This is what I'll keep in mind. Very good. So now this guy, not only does it estimates sigma squared, that's an unbiased one. So the expected value of this is sigma squared. And one can check, which I will not do, but one can sort of do this by hand. And of course, they are normals, they're all independent normals. So this will just be, it's easy to see that SSW by n minus k is a Boltzmann sigma squared, and then SW by sigma squared is distributed like chi squared n minus k. Is one thing one can easily check. And this term is called the mean squared within. So let's call it mean squared within. So the mean squared within is defined as SSW by n minus k. That's the definition of this mean squared within. So mean squared within is a good estimate sigma squared. It's an unbiased one. And SSK has degrees of freedom as n minus k. This is W. This is one thing to keep in mind. This is the fact, this first fact. The second fact, the same way, is the between sum of groups. So here again, you do the mean squared between. So here you do the SSB. The SSB is the sum of what? How do I write the sum equal to 1 to k, and I have ni of them, and I have yi dot bar minus y dot bar, the whole square. This is what I have, right? This is what I had for the between sum of squares. So again, here again, you can do the same type of idea. You can look at the mean squared between. That's just SSB divided by, now the degrees of freedom is just k minus 1 between each of these guys. And then so you have a total of k minus 1 people, so it's just k minus 1. Because there are only k unique deviations add up to 0, right? So you only free up to choose k minus 1 of them. Last one is fully determined in this equation right here. Because the moment I give you this y dot bar, last under k of them, the last one is remaining. So k minus 1. So I mean, this is like, again, SSB again is like by sigma squared is again chi squared k minus 1. So SSB by sigma squared is again like chi squared and k minus 1. Again, it's like a sum of normals. One has to check that normal square. And once you do this, then the F statistics come into play automatically. So then the F statistic is again F over k minus 1, and then n minus k here is going to be like, you do the, I'll just write it as MSB by MSW. MSB by MSW. So take the between and divide within and the same F statistic. And this is again the same thing. You do, if F statistic is large enough, you reject, and then the same test. So the test is the following. The test is the following, that you reject if MSB by MSW, the probability of this and the F statistic, right? So it's P of, if this F statistic is bigger than this, is less than your desired alpha. F of k minus 1, n minus k is less than alpha for a given alpha. The same as before. That's the test. So now what one does is in ANOVA is this what's called the ANOVA table. So I'll write this down. So it's the table, I'll write this down. So this is called the ANOVA table that people write down. Historically, it's quite valuable because everybody's doing it by hand, but now, of course, R does it for you in one way. There's nothing to be done. So what one does is that one has these 4 columns. So let me write the 4 columns down. So so in the first column, you put the source, that is the source. And the second column, you put what the sum of squares are. So I've got sum of squares. In the third column, you put the degrees of freedom. And the last column, in the third column, fourth column, you put NS, that's the mean squared. Mean number squared, right? So I just call it MS. So I just call it mean sum squared. That you divide by the degree of freedom, and then the last one you do the F ratio. You identify which is the F ratio. So in our case, what will happen? Let's see. So this is the first thing is you think of it as a treatment effect when we think everybody is the same, right? So we think mu1 is equal to blah blah is equal to mu k. They're all the same. So in the first one, you would put the between sum of squares, that is the SSB, that is the between sum of squares, that would tell you the treatment difference in the 2 treatments. The degree of freedom is k minus 1. The mean sum of squares SSB by k minus 1. Then you put the error, that is the error residuals, right? That's how we deliver them back. That's the within sum of SSW that has a degree of freedom like n minus k, and the MS is just SSW by n minus k. And then the last one is the total. And here total sum of squares is just SST, which is called SST. And here you have, up, you get n minus 1 degrees of freedom. And then here the mean square that you don't do this. And here the F ratio, we'll make it a little smaller so it's sort of have space for the side. The F ratio is just going to be SSB or k minus 1, the whole thing divided by SSW by n minus k. That's the F ratio you look at. Very good. That's how it sums up the general case. So if the F statistic is large, you sort of reject the hypothesis. And by large, you mean that the between one beats the within one. That means that you have a definite difference in treatment. Very good.